Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's video I'd like to show you how sometimes we get an absolute beautiful symmetry and patterns unfolding in the markets. People say the markets are random, and I just think that they haven't really looked at the markets close enough. What I believe and what I've seen over nigh on 26 years of studying the markets is that about half the time you get markets where the patterns are unclear, so perhaps that's where people could get their randomness idea from. But about half the time on the other side of the coin, so to speak, the markets do unfold in beautiful patterns, and this is what we can take advantage of. So as long as you're happy that working with only what I call the good half, then you can get some beautiful patterns unfolding in the market. So I just want to show you some examples of this on the YM, on the 3-minute YM for yesterday, which was Tuesday, November the 12th. This is a 3-minute chart. For those who are uninitiated and haven't got MTPredictor, you may say, okay, I can't really see much in there, a couple of automatic signals later in the day. But let's just go through with some of the advanced techniques that we use in MTPredictor and just show you how this beautiful symmetry unfolded. First and foremost, here we have a swing down into the open of today, or the open of the market yesterday I mean, and what we tend to do is we tend to look at the last swing into a high or low. We tend to place the DP off this, which is what we have here, and this tends to be an area where the market will find support and resistance. And you can see this worked absolutely beautifully with the YM coming up to this level. It actually had two bites at it, but nevertheless the market did actually make the high of the day right at that level. The beauty of these DPs is these can be on the chart in advance before the market even got there. So all MTPredictor customers, once this first low had been established, would have had this DP level on their chart and been ready for this high coming in. So it's a leading indicator, which is really good. Off this high here, just after 10:15, the market made a move down. I'll just zoom in a bit. Initially you may see that as a choppy move down. However, at the bottom here, if we right mouse click, do Elliott wave intermediate, you can see that the MTPredictor found a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the wave 5 low coming in right at the minimum wave 5 WPT. These are the areas that that we have on the chart where these particular Elliott wave patterns are likely to end. You can actually project this in advance if you wanted to. If I just take this off, clear Elliott waves, and say just when that high came in and you want to project in advance where the wave 5 was likely to come in, you can use our WPT, which is a manual tool which you can do the clicks manually yourself like this, and then that will project in advance that particular level. So again, a leading indicator to have on the chart in advance areas where you think that these levels are going to reverse. I'll just clear those off and put the Elliott wave pattern on there again. So there you go, down there into a perfect 5-wave sequence. This was actually a high volume VSA reversal here as well. You can see coming in at this particular low. After a 5-wave sequence, we then teach that the market tends to go back up to the DP from the prior wave 4 extreme. So here's the prior wave 4. Again, this is a leading indicator. Right mouse click, place decision point on. That is on the chart before the market even gets there. So that's on there ready for you. And look what happens. The market rallies up. Where does it rally up to? Right to that decision point level that you're there ready for before reversing down. The market then came down. We then place the DP off the prior pivot low here. Again, a leading indicator, ready for the market to get there. So it's on the chart before it even gets there. Again, that's important. And look what happens. The market came down. We had a very wide range bar here with, again, our high volume VSA indicator coming in here. You then have a blue buy bar here. After that, indicating that the decline is potentially over and the market's going to rally. How does the market rally? Well, it goes up. It then comes back down. This decline here is initially a wave 2 or B, again right in our wave 2 or B WPT. There's a blue buy bar at that level, so if you're a very aggressive trader, you could look to take a long trade off there. Where does it go up to? Well, it has a rally up here. If I right mouse click, where does it rally to? Well, it rallies in a 1, 2, wave 3. But look where the reversal unfolds. Not just any old place, but right at our typical wave 3 WPT. That nailed that absolutely perfectly. We then had an ABC correction down here for a nice standard and automatic trade setup right at the end of the day. But just want to scroll this out here and just show you how basically MTPredictor managed to nail the high of the day. It then came down here. We then nailed this low perfectly with our wave 5. We then anticipated in advance and nailed perfectly the corrective rally, DP off the wave 4. It then declined down right into DP support. A lovely VSA setup here. The market then rallied. It rallied in a perfect 1, 2, 3 wave sequence. It then corrected back down for another buy opportunity there. So virtually every swing on the YM yesterday we actually managed to nail absolutely perfectly with MTPredictor. So this is what I mean when I say that the markets do unfold absolutely beautifully sometimes. But the trick, and this is the point that most people miss, the trick is understanding that markets only have clear patterns about 50% or half the time. And this is the point that most people tend to miss, is they look at it and say, oh, it didn't work today, therefore it doesn't work all the time. That's not how the markets unfold. About half the time the pattern will be unclear. When that's the case and the pattern's unclear, don't work with it. However, about half the time you will get beautiful clear patterns, and when that does, or when the market's in that particular phase, the patterns can work absolutely beautifully and then enable you to catch turns like this absolutely beautifully like this. So here we caught the high of the day, loads of swings in between, low of the day, and loads of swings after that. I mean, now you look at this, isn't that absolutely beautiful, seeing the pattern and symmetry and how the markets basically unfold? The story is there. All you have to do is learn how to read it, and the tool that you can use is MTPredictor.